Hi, I'm Logan Zawacki. I'm one of the original founders of Gaam, Games, Art, and Music, and this year our theme is Final Fantasy VII. So,
alright, so we'll go. So how did it all start?
basically it all started where Ryan Thompson, one of the original founders, came to us and he simply said, do you want to do a small art show?
Came to who? You?
Came to me, Ed Danzart, Derek Novato, us four, which we've all known each other since college. We all went to school together in the graphic design program at the University of North Florida. And so it all got started just like that. And so it started, it was going to be a small show, literally at just a bar. So that was it. It was going to be a small bar show featuring video game inspired artwork. And then from there, Ryan said, let's take it up a notch. Why don't we involve cosplayers? Why don't we involve DJs? Why don't we go for a different venue? And then it just kept expanding and expanding, and literally within a month we went from having just this idea to having the very first Gaam, which the very first Gaam was inspired by Super Mario Brothers and Street Fighter having their anniversary. So that was the original inspiration for the Gaam show.
I heard about a month or two too late. Yeah, how was that show?
It was amazing. I mean, for one, it was completely different than anything that's happened in Jacksonville. So it was something completely, people just didn't know what to expect. It was all new. It was exciting. We had it here at the Museum and Gardens off Art Museum Drive. The first time we had the show, it was only half of the museum. So we had this front exhibition space. We had what's known as the vendor's room, and now called the gaming industry room. And that whole back section, which if you guys have had a chance to go back there, that whole back section wasn't even allowed for us to use. So we couldn't afford it in the first show. But then after that first show and after the initial success we had, we were just blown away. We were expecting 100 people.
Friends,
family, you know, word of mouth.
arm's length.
Yeah. And we were just blown away. The first show we had, oh gosh, I can't remember the numbers exactly, but I want to say we were expecting 200, we got over 300, close to 400 for the first show. Second show, 600. Third show, we got around like 700. This show, we're over 800. So we're steadily increasing show to show to show. So we think there's like multiple factors that come into the success of this show and how it continues to build. One being the theme. The theme is vital. What theme we choose plays a huge impact on the audience that we entice to participate in the Gaam show. Cosplay. Cosplay is something that has continued to, not even something that we necessarily originally intended to be so huge with the first Gaam show.
Right.
With the first Gaam show, all we had was 3 muses clothing representing cosplay. And now we've got 4 to 5 cosplay companies here being represented.
And individuals.
And individuals. It's
like,
amazing.
You don't know what to expect. I walked in and do my walkthrough video, and there's Deadpool.
Yes. Yeah,
You know,
it runs sort of the gamut to sort of obscure video games, to pop culture references, to comic book references. It's all over the place, and that's what I love about Gaam. Is we don't have sort of the feel of a con, where it's not just this giant convention hall where it's just booth.
It's compression. There's a compression. It feels like
small rooms. It allows us almost to Disneyfy the experience, where we can create environments that you can't at a convention.
And you can mingle.
Yes.
And you can breathe.
And you can breathe.
This room, you can breathe right now.
Exactly. Now, this main gallery.
You go in the arcade, you can play a game,
yes.
You go dance, you go have a drink.
It's amazing. We're trying to offer something for everyone. If you just want to come and hang out and be in a quiet space and enjoy yourself, sort of to yourself, have a free beer or a drink, you've got the galleries. A nice quiet place to just sort of soak in all the artwork from these local artists. If you want to, let's say, hang out with the cosplayers, sort of your people, hang out with other cosplayers, we've got a whole room dedicated to that. the gaming tournament room. If you want to play, you're like, I don't want to just come and watch. I want to interact, which is what video games are all about. It's all about that interaction. That's what we provide here. So we've got the gaming room, we've got the arcade room, all of the arcades, the pinball machines.
Yep, that's Jack's Arcade.
Yes, yes. So you gotta love that. And then of course we've got the gaming industry room, where you can actually, if you're interested, let's say for instance you have a background in gaming and you want to get involved. Maybe you have a product that you're trying to promote. This is your chance to have face-to-face interactions with those who are already in the industry. I mean, we've had people come in from Canada just to represent their products, to promote their product here in the United States. It's amazing the kind of response we've gotten from the gaming industry, especially on the charity art auction. I mean, you guys saw the work. It's insane, and each show the work just continues to pour in, and each show we get more and more support from the industry, from like legends in the industry who really want to promote this. And it's not just sort of originally our intent was to bring a gaming sort of an event that promotes the gaming industry to the Southeast, which there's never really been one focused strictly on. Yeah, exactly. You know, you've got all the cons, tons of cons, but it's, you know, it's comic books, it's manga, it's anime, it's sort of pop culture. Ours is strictly gaming and really promoting those companies who are up and coming in the industry.
So the first show you had about 300, all local, like basically people from the area code.
Actually, we had more than just that. That's what we were surprised by. It was more than just local. Now, I will say it was Southeast specifically, Orlando, you know, a couple from Tampa, some from middle of Georgia, you know, so they were coming from hours away, which we were really, really happy to find out. Like when we hear these people coming in, and they're like, this is unlike anything we've ever been to. We drove an hour and a half just to get here, or we drove 2 hours from Savannah just to come here and experience this. I mean, that's what we want to hear, and we want to make sure that it's worth their time and it's worth their trouble to come here and to experience this.
And so this one, there's people coming from probably even further away. We don't know yet.
Further away. Yeah. I mean, we've got cosplayers who are coming from California just to participate in this event. Connections that Ryan has made from traveling to E3 and being there and meeting with all these different people in the industry, and so talking to them about Gaam, and they're like, we want to get involved.
Yeah.
And that's what the best part about this is it's funny because you think of the gaming industry as sort of this enormous kind of entity where they're untouchable and stuff, but it's not. It's a really, really small base of people who are just making amazing products.
Well, isn't it people that make a great product, interesting product that they're into?
Yes.
100%. But and then people that are into it as well, they connect. I mean, it's parallel.
Absolutely.
You know, like I'm in a pinball. I interview I'm running the gamut, interviewing them.
It's all about gaming.
It's all about gaming.
It's just about that passion for gaming.
And so if you're passionate about it, you know, you run this event, you're passionate about it. You know, basically anybody in the industry that's connected, it's a connection. You just haven't made it yet.
Yes, exactly. And that's what we're
about connecting the dots.
And that's what Ryan is so good at. Ryan, he's investing every penny that they have into making Gaam the success that it is. It's all because of Ryan.
Where do you see it going? Like
from here?
From here, like where's your vision? Was the combined vision of where it's going? Because this, I mean, even this venue still has room to, you know, I mean, it's not a fact yet.
It's not yet.
It's not, it's sold out and stuff. But it's like, you know,
I mean, if we keep continuing at the rate we're expanding, when we reach that point, we're going to have to look at other venues, and it's really going to be tough because, once again, we don't want to be a con. This isn't put everything in a giant warehouse, you know, 40-foot high ceilings. People are just, it's a bunch of tables, never-ending tables, and you just walk around for hours in a maze, and you have like the artists separated from the other people and the companies over here and the over here. I mean, yes, we have things separated in that sense, but we just don't want it to have that sort of over-the-top Walmart feel to it. We don't want you to just walk into a giant warehouse where it's like, all you can find, have at it. It's more of an experience. Like I said, sort of yeah, it's definitely a party, a gathering. It's a community. We want to expand upon that sense of community that already exists amongst gamers.
It doesn't feel like a store. It doesn't feel like, here's a store. You know, I'm trying to pawn this on you, I'm trying to hustle this.
It's not just about sales here. No. You know, it's not. So it really is about, it's about promoting the community. It's about showing to people that just because you're a gamer doesn't mean you're a socially awkward person who has no personality, who is obsessed with their games and can't talk to a normal person. I mean, yeah, sure, those people exist.
Yeah, I mean, well...
But, you know, equally so, there's still, I mean, well-rounded people who may be a little socially awkward, but are still interested in having equal passion for gaming.
I find that people in the video games, they can switch it on and off. Like, Mario, oh, crap, we got to talk about this or that. Oh, the new game, this and that. Oh, Fantasy, up, down, left, right, everywhere. And then they can turn it off and say, all right, let's have a drink. Okay, let's go play Hungry Hippo. You know, let's go play an arcade game. Let's go dance. You know, it's not. I mean, the people that are really just, that's all they know is being in that game. They're online right now.
It's true. And
there's proof that not every gamer is just in online mode. You know, there's the analog world, and it's fun. And people are fun.
And there's a real sense of community amongst gamers that I don't think people only think of gaming as sitting at home with your headset, cussing at some kid on a first-player game, or you know, being inside some kind of like World of Warcraft environment where your avatar becomes your life, or even Second Life, where it's like this character you created is more important than the actual bonds you make in real life. But that's not the reality of it. There's so much more to gaming than just that.
So what was your gaming? What did you play as a youth? Like, remember the arcades in the 90s and NES, Genesis, Super Nintendo?
I remember putting my quarters on the Street Fighter 2 and the Mortal Kombat games and waiting my turn to get my butt kicked. I was never good with the choice, but I remember like classic Nintendo, Super Mario Kart. I could play that all day long. Still to this day, you hook me up. I went to Japan, I bought a Super Famicom, and the first game I bought for that was Mario Kart. I was like, I don't care if you have this Super Nintendo at home, I've got to buy this, I have to own this. I mean, it's so nostalgic to me, and I think there's something about the original games, the simplicity of them. The simplicity and the gameplay and sort of the fact that you can play for hours and hours and hours and it never gets boring.
It's not the same game. I mean, you'll have the same, you know, you'll have a chase, you'll have the same aggravation when you get hit with a turtle shell. But the thing is, you know, we're early 30s. I've seen kids in the early 20s in bar arcades up and down the East Coast playing, you know, Mario Kart and on N64. I'm like, okay, it has legs to it.
Absolutely.
And you know, all these themes that you're doing have legs to them. Mario, boom, you can do another.
Oh yeah.
Street Fighter, you can do a solo one. You know, all these themes have legs. Final Fantasy, Ninja Turtles, Zelda. So you're not going to run out of themes anytime soon.
No. We're not going to have any trouble with themes. The hardest part with themes is deciding what do we want to do next. That's the hardest part. I mean, when we decided on the Ninja Turtles show, originally we did the first couple shows based off of anniversaries. So it was like the Street Fighter Mario Brothers anniversary all at the same time, Legend of Zelda anniversary, and then it was like, what do we want to do next? And we, as a group, as artists, we were like, we really want to do Ninja Turtles. We don't care if there's not an anniversary. You know, there's a movie coming out. There's an amazing Nickelodeon cartoon that's, I mean, almost better than the original. I love it to death. I think they've done such an amazing job with it, just because it supports all of the different players, the comic book, the 80s cartoon, even the contemporary sort of Japanese pop culture. So it's all in one amazing contemporary and interpretation of the series, but we just decided, we're like, that's our passion, let's run with that. And then with this show, with Final Fantasy, it was, once again, we're trying to think of games that have almost a pop culture influence to them, where they're not just sort of the game that people played and sit down, or that only gamers know about. We want games that have a history to them, where it's years have been built up to develop these different sort of, almost a genre in itself of game experience. Now we also have it to where these days, since we do a biannual show, we've got it to where our summer show is going to be more sort of gamers oriented, and our winter show, our December show, is going to be a little more pop culture themed. So it's not just for gamers, sort of expanded out a little more. So even if you know nothing about gaming, it's going to be like Ninja Turtles. You don't have to know anything about, it's pop culture. Yes, they had video games.
You don't know Ninja Turtles,
but
I mean, it's pop culture.
Yeah,
Even Mario's
at this point is pop culture.
It is.
Mario is the Mickey Mouse of Japan, the Mickey Mouse of gaming. He is the face. You can't say video games without thinking of Mario.
Well, one thing I guess it's in my head. I'm wondering, because you say that Gaam, the intention is not to become a con. Okay, so what defines a con? Is it size? Is it that it has booths? It has a structure being a business first, and then second, it's like, well, we have business room, and then we have the speakers. Like you don't have so much like speakers, presentations, signings. A lot of that goes along with the con is that you have well-known person coming in, a signing. You have booths. But they're local, and they're people that actually literally involved, and they're, it's the community aspect.
Right.
It's not vendors coming in from parts unknown, hustling stuff that, you can have a local vendor for.
I gotta preface this, like, I personally don't hate cons. None of us have a problem with cons. I've gone to MegaCon, I've gone to Comic-Con, I've been involved and participated in them, and there's nothing wrong with them. I think it's just a different vibe than what we're going for. And like you said, this is a party. That's what we want. We want people, when they come here, to just have fun. It's not about standing in 50-person lines to get somebody's autograph. It's not about, standing for 30 minutes just to see an announcement made. It's about constant interaction. It's about the music. It's about the games. It's about networking and meeting and having sort of that face-to-face interaction with gaming industry representatives, while at the same time we've got the charity art portion of it, where that's a big portion of our show, is having all these gaming industry artists donate to us just so we can help the local community. No more homeless pets. We've also helped in the past, oh my gosh, I just had a brain fart. So Child's Play, that's it. In the past, we've helped Child's Play, amazing organization, so great causes. So we're just continuing to build off of that.
Community, it's like me. I've been to Burning Man. I went in 2010, which is pure community. The event is pure community. You pay to get in, but once you get there, like when I was there, come to find out, I didn't have a place, I didn't have a camp.
Okay.
I got dropped off, and they're like, join us. And then that was my camp.
Okay.
And so it was community, it's just pure community.
Yeah.
I get that vibe here. It's it's pure community, and and Burning Man started off on a beach, just a few people. This started off just a few people in an art gallery.
Yeah.
So as it grows exponentially, I think you can keep that feel, because Burning Man is that feel to me. It's community. I was eating crepes in the middle of the desert in August or September, whenever it was. It was community. Whereas this, however big this gets, you can still keep that if that's the people you have.
That's what we want.
And that come.
We want that community. We want that. That's the whole intention, is to have that sense of community. And with Ryan, when he originally started this, his main intention was to promote Jacksonville. Like, to find a way to bring a different kind of culture to Jacksonville. Jacksonville has been obsessed with the movie industry. Obsessed ever since we had like our small period of success with making movies. The city has become almost closed-minded to the idea that movie industry is the only industry that can really put Jacksonville on the map. I mean, obviously now we've got a football team and various things like that to really put us on the map, but Ryan's intent is, let's bring the gaming industry, let's bring the highest producing, highest profit, or sort of form of entertainment at this point to Jacksonville. We've got all of these IT specialists in Jacksonville. We have all of these developers in Jacksonville. We have the resources. Let's provide them an outlet to show off what they can do.
And artists. I mean, artists.
Local artists. Ed Danzar, Logan Zawacki, Elena Rodriguez, Clara Chu. We've got Derek Novato. All of the amazing artists who participated in the Juried Art Show. All of the amazing artists who submitted work for the Juried Art Auction. How about the cosplayers? I mean, what they do is art.
And who better? And where better? Like there's, I mean, any other place would be kind of a novelty, a specialty, like a guest. Whereas this is, you're a guest of honor. This is the real deal. This is what we want.
Yeah.
It's related.
Yeah. And it's all about the people. It's all about the community. It's all about the guest. So it's all about their experience. If they're not happy, we're doing something wrong. And we want to make sure that every single guest who comes to a Gaam show is having fun, is entertained, is, smiling and drinking and enjoying and participating and buying art if they can, if not enjoying the art and saying, wow, that was totally worth my money. I can't wait to come back next year and do this again.
Well, that's what I see, and it's going to continue going on.
Pleasure. Thank you.
The sky's the limit.
Thank you. Thank you. We
Good to
appreciate
meet
it.
you, Mike. Good to meet you.
Exactly.
Be well.
See you again.
Yeah, see you again.